What's up, ladies and gents, and welcome back to Plague Inc. Evolved the Cure. We are back here with another disease, this time the fungus. And this one is very different, and I will explain why in a bit. We need fast response EMTs. We need the regulation enforcer, in my opinion. You can use other ones. Technical officer is still good. Surgeon general is still good. Empathy trainer is still good. That one, not really, in my opinion. Increased lockdown effectiveness, however, is what I'm going for, because we will lock down a lot. Medical coordinator, reduce 40 loss from panic, is what I will keep, because panic can quickly wreck your game. Celebrity scientist, we still reduce non-compliance from quarantine actions, and forensic epidemiologist, because these three, they don't matter, because the fungus just uses its spore bursts and it goes everywhere, and then those become useless. So don't waste your points on these three. Pick this one. You could go for increased analysis speed, but this one is the first one that we need to analyze, so it at least makes some sense, but not really necessary. We are once again starting in Egypt, and we're going to pick up these two. And first off, once again, we have to find the disease. We'll actually go to South Africa first. Then we go to Brazil. And unlike with the virus, where if you find the disease, like right now we found the disease in Brazil, and with the virus, Brazil is actually the origin country, we would now, we'll explain that here. We would now keep our team here and try to decrease the numbers in Brazil, shut down South America, and try to contain it in South America, because it probably spreads to its neighboring countries, and that's that. But the fungus with its spore bursts, it's possible that we have it here, 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 and here. So what we need to do is we need to explore every country, because what we are going to do is, first of all, we are going to call it in South America. Now those, they don't make sense, because with fungus, once again, it's just going to spread anyway, so don't waste your compliance risk on those. You do, however, have a high compliance risk when countries are not discovered yet, because they think, well, we don't have a disease, then why are you locking us down just because you assume there might be a trouble? So that's why we need the EMTs to just send them from country to country, and I think this one is going here. Yes. Good. So we have 7 points, and we pick up this, because compliance is the biggest factor in the game right now. So we will now go and detect country by country. And we have these blue things flying around everywhere. We will now go to different parts of the world. Right now, Brazil is the one with most trouble. Now it's in Africa. We want this one for 10 points. We now go down here from the countries where you have been before. These blue planes, helicopters, etc. are being sent out. It's now in Africa and Europe. We will probably do the next lockdown in Africa. It always depends on how the numbers are evolving. Europe obviously also affected now, and it's just going to spread throughout the world right now. North America is fine. As you can see, we can't do much right now anyway, because we haven't analyzed the disease yet, so no response available. We only have this and quarantine. Do want this eventually. Not sure if we need it right now. The compliance risk is surprisingly low. Now, as you can see, this country is shut down and this country is shut down because we have cases. Enforced mandatory isolation if a country reports infections. So these ones that don't have infections, they're not being shut down. And if you don't uncover these countries, they will just be shut down nonetheless, because they could have an infection, or wait, you don't know that. So then they are very non-compliant, because obviously, hey, we don't have infections, that's silly. And we now lock down Africa and Europe, because we have cases there. And then we will get mortgage and rent relief soon. And now we just need to make sure we detect these countries. And we will probably need mortgage and rent relief soon. So let's pick that up straight away. This is a disease you want to play slowly. And we are reaching a point where we are going to have to use our team. We're actually going to pick this up to reduce the frequency that the fungal spore burst thing is triggered. Right now we will use our team to reduce infections. There are not a lot of undiscovered countries left. The Caribbean is left. That's one we should probably grab rather quickly. And then we need to watch out for the countries that are having high cases. And we are now going to India to try and reduce the issues there. And the entire world is now in lockdown, and now we will grab... This is now going to pop up randomly. We will grab contact tracing to keep the cases down. Now we are using our team here to limit the spread in India. That's going to be important. We're having a large outbreak there. We are going to need level, or the next level of both here as well. If this is a problem, we need to quickly discover that country. And now it's just spreading everywhere, so that's a problem as well. Now here they are no longer in lockdown because we don't have cases. And now I want to start the research. It's down to the 10 points that it costs. Actually, we need this. You want both so that it becomes more effective. You don't just want one. Now we reduce the non-compliance that way. We're getting cases down in India, as you can see. Once it spirals out of control in a country, you are in trouble and you lose. Most likely. So you want to play this slow and keep tabs on what's going on. Because again, this can get out of control. Not picking up anything here because border monitoring is not important with the fungus. Because obviously, as we have established, it doesn't spread the regular way. We are now starting the research. We're having it pop up, but not as much as I feared. Cases are still going down in India. It's kind of bad here and here. I'm not a big fan of how often it's popping up. We need level 4 of the non-compliance reduction. Right now our authority is hurting, probably from non-compliance, yes. You will get disease spread, so that is simply a thing. Our worldwide cases are alright. Start spreading in Kazakhstan. I'll send my team there. And instead of constantly spending points, the Caribbean can actually quickly spiral everything out of control. Because it doesn't have very many people, so if you get a lot of cases, they become overwhelmed. 16, we can now do it, and that should help. Now Algeria is looking bad. The Caribbean should get under control eventually. Global cases are okay. You can pick up these basic levels to just reduce infection rates a little bit and help your team out a little bit. Numbers are going down here. The Caribbean is overwhelmed, so we might want to pick this up. And let's get this for larger outbreaks, and then contact tracing for, because contact tracing is what's going to help us contain the outbreaks. We help the Caribbean, the cases are going down. So again, we just grab the basic ones here that don't cost a lot but still have a quite positive effect. And then we are going to need a lot of points to keep the non-compliance in check. Obviously we can't do anything more here for non-compliance. This accelerates the development, but I'm not a fan of it. So take a massive risk, and if it backfires, you are in trouble, not in problem. We're going to have a problem. Okay, where do we have? It pays off when you look at this map. Greenland and what's that? Botswana? No, that's Botswana. What's that? Angola. But they are going down. They are going down. And is that Poland? Yes, it's also going down. Totals matter, but also percentage of population matters. We are now getting that. We should send it to the Philippines and send some aid to the Philippines. Those are not fun numbers to see. Global numbers are still fine, we're under control. We now get the masks to ensure we don't have our team spread the disease, because that can crop up if you don't have the PPE package. When your team that you send around is under-equipped and can actually cause a pop-up that just... Look at this! They don't follow rules for like a day and it just crops up incredibly high just because they are non-compliant. And then you just get these massive rises in cases, and that's really crazy. Here's a problem as well. Like, that's just, you need to pay attention here to where it's being problematic. Now reduce cases here. Research is almost done. I don't think we can afford that for 28. That's a bit much. Can make it a bit less effective. But that's really not the main thing. The main thing is the non-compliance, and if that goes up, then you are in trouble. Obviously, global case numbers are at a pretty good level. Oh. You really need to react quickly so that this doesn't spiral out of control. That can happen very quickly. If they stop following your orders, you can get thousands of cases within a very short period of time. But right now it's looking good. We're reducing it in South America. We could reduce the death rate a little bit, but I'm not actually willing to spend my points on that right now. Production is getting along nicely. Ironically, the death rate is so high because we have so few cases. So obviously every death weighs a lot more. And obviously we didn't do anything to reduce the death rates. So this is not good. It's running back in. Oh. Did we pay the wrong country? Whoops. Whenever it props up, just quickly strike it down and try to keep it down. Numbers have to stay low. Once they spiral out of control, it's bad. Let's watch for Australia here. That's a high number of rise. High percent. Oh, that's also not a cool percentage. Global cases once again under control. Production is pretty far along, so that's good. Case 0 going down. You need all of this and you need these. You really do for this tactic to work. Yeah, I think I want to speed up production further. Cases are going up, but I'm not sure where. Greenland is still looking bad. And we're actually going to Greenland real quick to reduce case numbers there. We're going down right now anyway, but Greenland has so few people. Fears lowest economy. Fear of psychotic coup is causing the global economy markets to panic. Land, air and sea trade is slowing as well as economic activity. I mean, that's not bad, right? Non-compliance might go up a little bit here and there, but I can use financial aid to cure that. Yeah, let's increase the production. We're 66% there, so yeah, cases here are fine. We're going down. It's not good. Production is almost done. It's not cool. Let's go there. Vaccine is completed. We are now releasing it, and because we like points, we sell all of this and buy some extra and freeze it. And now we're winning. So that's the Fungus. It's a completely different strategy because it doesn't transmit the way we are used to. And the most important things are economy and lockdowns. You can use, obviously you also need contact tracing because you want to keep the outbreaks very low and you want to get all of this. You can get a couple of these to kind of help you out a little bit. And you want to use your team, you want to upgrade your team like this, to send it around to the countries where an outbreak is happening and immediately shut that down. And you want to use this on the countries where non-compliance is high to immediately shut that down. And it's released 100% and we have 1. Down to 1 case, 0 cases, great. Good! Victory! Pretty good. So, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and until next time with the next disease, farewell.